BBQ Central.
Start the game! Let's go!
We'll do it live. Okay. Well, do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike your match, and... Oh! Should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
All right, good evening, and welcome back to the BBQ Central Show. Really big. Really big. This is the show that talks about all things that are important to the world of barbecue and grilling. This show originating from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city, Bomb City, USA, Cleveland, Ohio, the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday evenings, a live fire, fun, and frivolity show. If you would like to get in contact with the show this evening, or you would like to follow the show during off-show hours, here's how you do all that.
You can get in touch with the show by sending an email to Greg at bbqcentralshow.com. Follow us on all the social media channels at BBQ Central Show. And be sure to subscribe to the show podcast feed on your favorite podcast platform.
Anything else you want to find out about the show can be found at the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. And here's what's happening on the show tonight in case you can get the newsletter. By the way, if you got the newsletter today, that is the last one forever. Starting next week, you will find show news updates and or otherwise either posting on Instagram, so follow me there, or on the show Facebook page, follow me there. Can't really update on YouTube, but you will continue to find the show's video streaming to Facebook and YouTube. But we'll get into that here in just a second. Anyway, as I digress. Coming up in about 12 minutes from now, usually you would see her 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, but travel was involved, both on my end, on her end in recent weeks. But we were able to push it until the last Tuesday. Push it real good. Till the last Tuesday of this month. And Jess Pryles makes her first quarterly appearance of 2026. So looking forward to talking with Jess. And then 35 past the first hour, we will have a first-timer to the show and the co-founder of the BBQ World Cup, Scott Erdmann, joining us on the show. First time with the new fingers. Really trying. So we'll talk to Scott about why this whole BBQ World Cup came to be, how it came to be, where's this money coming from? And there's probably not going to be a lot of particulars yet because there is a build-up to a release at some point here over the next few weeks, and then we'll probably sidle back up with Scott and talk about the specifics that were then released, which again will be in about a few weeks' time, and that'll bring a close to the first hour. Then we will move to the second hour. It is the fourth Tuesday of a month, and it will bring the end to this month. It is not a bonus month with an extra Tuesday. Indeed, the embedded correspondents will be joining us. Doug, John, Rusty, and Matt. Matt was kind of iffy. Maybe you are in a part of the area that is experiencing the cold and snow, or as we call it here, 6-7 months out of the year here in Cleveland, Wednesday, or Tuesday for that matter. Is it cold? Yes. Is it snowing? Yes. Is it snowing a little bit more than it did at this time last year? Yes. I've had to use the snow thrower a few different times already in successive days. That hasn't happened in a while, but is it anything out of the ordinary? No. Did I still make it into work? today, yes. So, while a lot of people were worried about how they were going to get back, and I'll get into that, where I was last week. If you remember, no show at this time last week. But we're back and better than ever here doing it live.
We'll do it live.
That's right, Bill. We're doing it live. So, Matt in Tennessee, and I believe Eastern Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, has seen its share of snowfall and frigid temperatures, and that means infrastructure starts breaking quickly, and you didn't know if he was going to have A, power, B, internet connection, and we're certainly not going to do it on a phone. So we'll see if Matt pops up, but I have not heard from anybody else being on the potential fritz, so I am at a minimum expecting Doug, John, and Rusty, if not a Matt Osman as well. But I told him if it had to be a game time decision, no problem there. And that will run us through the second hour. So that's how your show is setting up here this evening. Jess Pryles and Scott Erdmann coming up in hour number one, and the embedded correspondents taking the balance of the second hour. Don't forget you can follow me socially. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all with the handle at BBQ Central Show. And, of course, we say good evening to those of you watching this show tonight through one of our video streaming platforms that I had mentioned here a few minutes ago. You can, of course, go to Facebook.com/BBQ Central Show to watch. Also, for future updates on the show as far as what's coming up and so forth. You can also watch the show on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show, where there's a extensive show archive if you ever want to go back through and watch every single show. There are two separate Barbecue Central Show YouTube channels. There was the first number of years, and then there was the time where Facebook and I fought, and I decided I'll show you Facebook, and I started a separate channel where I tried to monetize. However, as always, joke's on me. No, we can tell who you are, and no monetization for you, shithead. So instead of trying to re-deek YouTube again for a third time, I said, you know what, forget about it. Nobody's making money on YouTube anymore anyway, so we'll just leave it here. This is where the archive will live. And if that's how it goes from here on out, then that's how it goes from here on out. But there's not going to be any updates necessarily passed through YouTube directly. So make sure that you are friending or following or liking the Facebook show page, facebook.com/@BBQ Central Show, because you can watch the show there, but you will also get updates on the show and also on Instagram, where I might do stories. Probably won't post in the feed because that's a curated thing. And if you follow me on Instagram, you realize I have not posted on Instagram in probably well over a month. Well over a month now, probably going on a month and a half now that I'm thinking about it. I think the last video in my feed was when we were in Chicago, and that was December 11th, or the weekend of December 11th. So not a lot coming from me here. Again, I'm old, social media, pain in the ass. Am I looking to get famous? No. And that's what happens, right? I mean, you just lose your edge on social media, you fall off the cliff, and you're dead. That's it. So for all intents, my social media is not great, but I will continue to give it the old college try as we plow here through 2026. However, we do have a new YouTube poll question of the week. It's not a would you rather, but I've heard a lot about this in recent weeks, and I figured since I was off last week and I'm back here, why not ask the YouTube voting public? And the question is this, and we're going to be asking you along with all guests, are you familiar with heated rivalry? And currently 100% of you are saying no. You are not familiar with heated rivalry. Don't Google it. Don't ruin it for anybody else. Just answer right off the top of your head. That's why we do these things. We don't have a lot of votes in. I would say we're less than a third of the way in for our normal vote accumulation over a 2-hour show. But for the amount that is in there, 100% of you are saying you are unfamiliar with whatever heated rivalry is. Results from the poll question of now 2 weeks ago: would you rather never use search engines again or never use smartphone apps again? Believe it or not, we ended in a dead tie. 50% of you said no more search engines. 50% of you said no more smartphone apps. And I aligned with the latter half of the 50%. No smartphone apps for me. I'm pretty good where I sit now. And if I never saw another smartphone app, that would be great. By the way, if I could somehow untether myself from smartphones or cell phones in general, I would go back to my feral Gen X self and just go without. I'm not get off my lawn guy, but I could stand not knowing so much. Knowing this much maybe hasn't made me smarter, maybe hasn't made you smarter. Just makes you realize you either know or don't know. And then there's FOMO. I'm close enough to remember what not knowing was like and it being okay. All right, let's talk about smoking pecan pellets. Gang, are you looking for more smoke flavor out of your pellet cooker? Because let's be honest, sometimes it can taste more like a fancy oven. Do you want that stick burner flavor without stick burner work? Who doesn't? Unless you enjoy tending a fire all day long and smelling like a campfire for a week. Look no further than smoking pecan pellets. Smoking pecan pellets are made out of 100% pecan shells. That's right. Nothing but pecan shells. No fillers, no binders, no artificial flavor enhancers. Your meat will thank you, and your wallet might thank you after you realize you're not paying for sawdust. Smoking pecan pellets are a premium cooking pellet that burns hotter, lasts longer, and that means your pellet smoker will continue to consume less pellets, maybe a pallet of pellets, as you use these compared to the comparable wood pellet brand. More time to relax, less time refilling. Who doesn't want that? Their pecan shell pellets have a robust flavor that pairs well with a variety of meats, including beef, pork, chicken, fish. Even your weird Aunt Mildred, who only eats boiled chicken, might actually enjoy this. 50-50. Get the smoke, burn the shells. Really, it's a lifestyle. Promo code for 10% off when you use BBQ Central at checkout, because who doesn't love a good discount? Especially when it comes to delicious barbecue. Please sign me up immediately. Again, to save free money right now, visit the website smokinpecan.com, SMOKINPECAN, smokinpecan.com. And then at checkout, use the promo code BBQ Central, all one word. You'll save 10% off your entire order. All right, we will see a Jess Pryles here in just a few short moments. You stick around, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Broadcasting live from the BBQ Central Show studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Fireboard. The folks that make Fireboard 2, Fireboard Pro, Fireboard Spark, Fireboard Beacon, and the new wireless Fireboard Pulse. When you use the Fireboard app, you have total access to all devices anywhere in the world. Find out more by visiting fireboard.com or call 816-945-2232. And who knows, our pal Ted Conrad might be the one answering that phone and then answering your question. Good folks at Fireboard. Leading off the first hour is the CEO of the Hardcore Carnivore brand of products. She is also continuing to teach you heathens what's safe, what's true, what's nonsense. Did I mention the recipes at her website, JessPryles.com? And after some logisticalizing, making her first quarterly appearance in 2026, a Barbecue Central Show's guest, Hall of Famer, we are welcoming back Jess Pryles to the show. Jess, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
Is it too, like, when do we stop saying that?
Well, I already stopped, but I was trying to be polite to you.
Well, I didn't know if it's, since it's the first time that we have technically talked ear to ear through the internet, if that's still a proper salutation or if not.
Either way, I appreciate your good tidings.
All right.
They're
well,
welcome.
Hate to do this. Is there any way you could do a mic reconnect? I feel like I'm getting your computer mic.
All right, hang on.
Yes, please. I'll play some traveling
You know
music.
I've checked all of this, right?
Yeah, sure. I believe. Oh, God. This will also give me time to fill in your name. I didn't do that.
All right, I'm going and coming back.
All right. How we doing now?
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Great.
God bless. All right, so happy to have you back. First year technical difficulties on my end. It's not you, it's always me.
I feel better.
We have a YouTube
We've got so much to
poll.
talk about.
Oh, do we? We have a YouTube poll question of the week before we can even get started.
Hit me.
Are you familiar with heated rivalry?
No.
67% of the YouTube voting public agreeing with you. They are not familiar with heated rivalry.
I feel like I might have seen a TikTok about that today.
It's so weird how everything knows what we're thinking and feeling these days.
Yeah,
Look,
I, for one, welcome our new ant overlords. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hit this right off the rip because
Let's
it
do
was
it.
mega hot leading into the holiday season, then tapered, then came back like a house on fire at the end of the year. And I am, of course, talking about the rib roast, marinated, soaked, drenched, bathed in milk. So many questions, and the first one is this.
So many questions. Why?
Am I asking you? I am asking you, actually. I'm asking you to speculate. Do you think this is learned behavior, or do you think that this guy came up with this on his own and hit engagement farming gold?
Now, obviously, I have to tread carefully. I made the video just because I genuinely did not want people to waste meat money or milk money in this environment. It was not a play on my behalf, but he is a fellow business owner, and I need to be a bit cautious. But I would say, based on the, I think, 3 or 4 videos he made after the video that I made, that it's doubling down on a like farming situation.
What can milk, let me rephrase, let me re-question, assuming nobody saw your video and no names please on the other person,
Sure.
what can milk do to meat?
Not much. So you would think that the acids in the milk would have a tenderizing effect on meat, but there's not enough acid in milk to start that difference. So the pH is too close to net neutral. But things like buttermilk, which we do know marinates well, that has a higher acid point. So yogurt and buttermilk do work. Milk does not.
Could raw milk do anything that a pasteurized milk couldn't do?
Yes. It could make you very, very sick.
Oh, dear.
Don't drink raw milk.
But outside
It's
of
very
that,
bad for
outside
you.
of that, could it do some meat massaging magic?
No, it can just make you very, very sick. Are you kidding me?
Are you shocked?
You know how filthy cow udders are?
I have, so to counterpoint that, I have seen an incredible amount, let's say an insurgence of pro raw milk advocacy across my Instagram feed, almost to the
Right.
point where I'm like, well, should I get some raw milk and try that out? And then I remember, oh, hey, humans are the only animals that still drink milk as adults. Stop that shit. And like, I don't remember the last time I had a glass of milk, to be honest. But I almost get teeter-tottered over the edge to try raw milk. Like it might make me a little more muscular or smart or something.
It could make you more muscular, but I tell you what, Americans are the only one. Well, I don't want to speak on behalf of all cultures, but predominantly Americans are the ones that have this weird obsession with needing milk with dessert. You know, like you need, like it was like, ooh, cookie, gotta have milk. Ooh, piece of pie, gotta have milk. Why? Because big milk gotcha. That's why.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world doesn't do that. We just eat our fucking pie and deal with it.
Healthy
You know what I'm saying?
healthy bones and skin in America.
Well, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Look at that. The quality of your skin is exceptional, and you're looking very anti-osteoporosis at the moment.
Well,
Greg,
thank
if
you.
I
I'm
might say.
taking calcium supplements per my health physician from last year.
Is
so-
that because the milk isn't doing it for you, perhaps?
Well, I think it's because I'm 51 and I'm osteo. What's the one before porosis? Osteopenia. I have osteopenia. So
I thought you were going to say you're osteo-curious. But listen,
Yes.
put this on the list for, we always talk about having another podcast, right?
Yes.
What about if we just talk about ailments in middle age? Like what we can have the 40s and 50s podcast
Yeah.
of things you can expect to break down in your body during those decades.
Pretty much everything, I guess.
Let us know if you'd be interested in listening.
Not
'cause
only
we're looking for
will you
ideas.
break down in your 40s and 50s, you don't heal.
Yes, also.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Wow.
a definitely one-way ticket, if you will.
Agree or disagree on the last part of this milk soak? This is something you thought you would have seen from Guga and not No Names, Please.
Agree.
Yes, of course. I guess I'm
Strongly. Strongly agree.
Now, let's keep on the rib roast method, but
I love it.
ditch the milk shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but to me, this seemed pretty genius. I don't know if you're familiar with these guys called the Meat Dads. So they took a rib roast off the bones, inverted it, tied it back on, used the bones as a shield to protect the spinalis from overcooking. Looked spectacular. Your take on doing it like this?
I mean, I can see why that would work. I mean, if you go and see my method that I didn't do that and still had a perfect spinalis. But if you are, that's easier to control in the smoker than in the oven. So if you're going to do it in the oven a little hotter, that might be a good method.
My biggest
It's just a lot
concern on rib
A lot
roast
of
is
faffing about.
it's always so most of the time I could nail it, but sometimes the spinalis gets a little shaded, and
Yeah.
I'm always just trying to figure out whatever the best way is to keep that protected.
Just low. It's honestly just low temperatures and patience, because I did several rib roasts this holiday season. The one in the smoker was at 250. I thought I could push it to 300 in the oven, and that's when I started getting that blush into the spinalis. And so if you just set your oven to 250 and you're patient, no worries. And just don't do the blast at the end under the broiler.
I agree, by the way. Last year, I said I'm going to start a grassroots movement to get people away from the high heat blast. Malcolm Reed was on board, saying the cooking guy was on board, all
Cool.
YouTube
Sign me
mavens,
up.
blah, blah, blah. So Jess Pryles, we can now count.
Do you want
on
to
board
do
with-
like a We Are the World kind of thing for it?
We
using
are
all of
high
us?
heat. Love
Exactly.
your rib roast.
See?
Yeah, I can just go right off the top of my head.
You're great.
Don't look now. Especially if one doesn't follow you on the gram. But Jess Pryles has another TV show. Who are you, Bobby freaking Flay?
Sometimes I think.
You are
that.
sick too. You have the flu?
I've been sick. No, this is cedar fever in Austin. I've been sick for like 2.5 weeks,
What is cedar
including
fever?
filming this show. Well, we have all these cedar trees, which are actually not cedar trees. They're juniper trees, but they call them cedar trees.
Uh-huh.
And every January, they explode pollen into the air. And generally, the result of that is that you get flu-like symptoms. For me, it's been postnasal drip for 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
That's resulted in this terribly husky voice. And now I'm on medicated cough syrup. But the best part was that I got to film this entire TV show like this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So when people
It's fine. It's good.
When people
I
see
still do great.
when people see season 3 of Hardcore Carnivore, they're going to hear the unhusky voiced Jess Pryles and go, "Well, who's who?"
That's right. Well, so Hardcore Carnivore only had 2 seasons, and that one's done, and we've moved on to a new show. It is also going to air on Outdoor eventually. It's also going to air on SBS Food in Australia, if you're in Australia.
Wow.
It is called Feast by Fire,
All right.
or Feast by Fire, if you prefer.
Or Feast by Fire.
Yeah, that too.
Can you say that?
Feast by Fire.
There you go.
Did I sound like you?
Yeah, you actually sounded like my middle daughter a little bit on
Is that
one.
right?
Yeah. the way
I'll
she
take that.
texts. Yeah. All right.
I'm a big fan of all of the women in the Rempe
Yes.
household. You know that.
Thank you very much. So that was very American of you on that last run through. So certainly
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Well, Fire was too. It's just Southern.
But that's put on. So I'm just endlessly fascinated with TV. So we had literally double barrel TV show Hardcore Carnivore, but like done dead.
It's just I don't know. They just
okay.
they didn't renew a 3rd season right now, and this is a new show. In this show, we go around to different Texas barbecue joints, and then I cook things based off what I find at the joint. So it's a little less like hunting, fishing. Not that I fished at the first one.
You fish?
It's a little more. I don't fish. Chris fishes. I'm a land-based mammal.
Agreed.
Feel real strongly about that.
Yeah. Also,
Like
fishing's
I'll fish
boring.
off a pier, maybe in a lake, but for the most part, put a rifle in my hand.
You won't get on a boat and cast a line.
No, and you'll never, ever, ever catch me on a cruise,
I heard
Ever.
that. Never.
right?
Oh no! I mean,
That's
that could be the new podcast. Why we will never go on a cruise. I think we could talk at least 15 years about why we would
Do
never.
you know
go
how
on a
many
cruise.
episodes we would have just on that topic?
I mean,
Did you watch that Netflix documentary about the shit cruise?
yes, of course. Just another reason. I remember that happening live and direct, and thinking, "Wow, that is just another reason why I would never do that." This coming from a guy who had parents for, I mean, not a number of years, but at least maybe 3 to 5 in high school, and like the end of middle school into high school. They went on a cruise. Like grandparents came in, stayed the week, and they went on a cruise, and all they did was gush about how great it was. And you figure that's how like the next generation of cruisers comes up.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, there's just no effing way that I could ever be trapped like rats. And you're just set adrift. I mean, God knows if you're even coming back.
Oh God! I mean, and just it's everything. I can't. It's the false like Disney like the activities and everyone's so happy. What are you happy about? And by the way, can I just say that waterfront isn't much without context. Throw a palm tree in there, maybe, sure. But just endless miles of water, international waters, piracy.
Yeah.
So many things to concern yourself with, let alone running toilets, as per documentary.
When we go to the Bahamas, Nassau is a port.
Yeah.
You see all those saps line up in their ships and they get off and they get swindled one right after the other, and then they get back on that ship and they're heading back out to sea. And I'm like, toodaloo, losers. I'm going to sit here right on the lands and head back to the pool the next day. And who knows where the hell they're going to be. Like you said, they could be getting looted.
They're going to be on the poop deck. That's
Literally.
where they're going to be. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Vegas?
I actually really love Vegas, yes.
What do you love about it?
It does still have sort of, Sammy and Dean and Frank vibes to it in certain areas. I like that you can get dressed up. I like that it's got some decent restaurants there. I like to gamble. I love roulette. I do a little blackjack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's just, it's always a fun time.
Where do you like to stay? What's your hang?
Where did we stay? We've stayed, last time we went for NFR, so we stayed at Resorts World, which wasn't great.
Yeah, that's
we
the top of the strip there.
The Encore
Yep.
at the Wynn is real nice.
Yeah.
And I saw Ali from La Barbecue was there at the Fontainebleau doing a pop-up during NFR, and that looked really nice too.
Yeah, but those are all the way at the top. You're kind of
at top of the strip.
Yeah, unless you're okay. I stayed at the Encore
I like
last
walking.
year. Encore was nice. Yeah, I mean, I like walking too. So when I stayed at the Encore last year, you got to walk back 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get into the
get to
middle.
what? Where
of
are you going?
Well, Caesar's
Yeah, but where are you
Palace,
going?
Harrah's, the
No one goes
Link.
to Caesar. What do you need here? What, are you trying to find shitty cheap tables? What are you doing here?
I don't gamble. There's a great cigar
what's the
bar in
point?
Caesar's Palace that I love.
In the Palace?
No,
I had no idea.
the Palace.
That's what you have. I mean, you've already quoted The Hangover with your toodaloo, and now you're missing this reference.
I've
But
never
that's
seen The
fine.
Hangover in my life.
Are
I
you
don't watch
serious?
movies. I don't watch movies. Porn occasionally, but definitely no movies.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
I mean, the porn was implied, but
Man.
I don't know about the rest
No,
of it.
I just don't.
Listen, okay, I like Vegas. I think it's a good time. We saw Ron White there at the Cosmopolitan.
Is he good
That was, it was good.
still?
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
It's still good. Still good. Audience is a little old. Still good.
Yeah. Big topic.
Why do you ask?
Well, I was just there this past week. Well, I guess it would be a week ago tonight I landed.
Yeah.
And stayed for the World of Concrete show up at the convention center there right by the Encore. This time I stayed at Harrah's, so more middle of the strip. Not my choice. This is where work books me because it's cheap.
I get it. I
And so
get it.
Walked up to the convention center, and that was not close, but got my steps
Encore
in.
have a Tesla stop now
Yes, they did.
to the convention center.
Yeah, I was there when
That's
I was
why
there
I stayed
last
in
year.
Resorts World.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Big topic on the show since mid-November, aside from milk soak of meat, is the rise in visibility of open fire cooking. So you were down at this deal in Hondo, Texas with Al Fragoni. That's what I'm calling open fire cooking, in case you were wondering where I was going with that. How many?
I got it.
Many of us know what's happening in Memphis in May this year, further bolstering the rise in popularity in this form of cooking. Fad or long overdue?
So here's the thing. Open Fire Meetup is super fun. And it's the parts of it, I think, that really excite the people who go are the 1 or 2 nights prior to the public event where everyone can meet up, really have this sense of camaraderie and fellowship, and you really get to connect with, fellow creators, people you've been friends with online, and meet them in real life. And I think that's what people like about it. And then you get to be creative as well because there's not a lot of parameters for the meetup, right? It until recently, I think this year was the first year that it wasn't for charity, but it has previously been a for charity event. And so it was kind of like, well, just have fun, do some crazy stuff. And we saw stuff like, we saw stuff like people cooking iguana. And I'm going to tell you right now, iguana tastes like shit.
I thought it tasted like chicken.
No.
Okay.
It's awful. And, I've seen people, it's like when they do the the gator with the head still attached. It's like, I'll make a video about it. I'll make whatever. Because at the end of the day, the meetup was also about people being able to create content, with other people who create content and just find these moments to do that. Al's always been amazing about bringing that community together. What I think will be interesting to watch is the next. What was that face for?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It was a face.
I know. Just keep moving.
Great. I'm worried about the next iteration of that as it joins Memphis in May and becomes a full-on competition, because I think it's going to get more into nearly World Food Champs territory potentially, because when you start putting the beauty, I think, of live fire and a lot of the festivals we have in Central Texas and the original open fire meetup was that there were really no rules and you didn't have to fit these criteria. And now, if you are going to formally make it a competition, you have to start putting these rigid criteria in order to judge everyone neatly. And that's, I think, where competition barbecue evolved to be this very rigid, narrow, here's your competition box, here's your source brisket, here's your 4 proteins. I think that's where we ended up because people wanted a fair fight, a fair competition. You had to be on fair playing ground. Everyone had to cook ribs. Who cooked the best ribs? And so how do you apply that to the sort of cowboy mystery of open fire cooking? How, Greg?
Well, I don't know the latter part of that question, but the former, I feel at some point in the evolution of competition barbecue, and let's just paint with a broad stroke across the board here, not call any specific sanctioning body out, because they all kind of have fallen into this issue, according to me, and I've seen this evolve over the better part of 20 years.
You can have a say on this.
At some point, it was decided, either consciously or subconsciously, you're not allowed to be creative anymore and be rewarded for it. Now, if you're going to be creative, you're going to get punished for it. So, chicken looks and tastes relatively the same. Ribs look and taste relatively the same. It's the...
But was it decided, or was it just this sort of collective unconscious movement that the judges decided?
I believe it had evolved into that. So at some point you see that, right? Competition classes are taking place. Everybody's teaching. So if you were somebody that was taking classes and you took one from Rod Gray and you took one from Travis Clark and you took one from Darren Worth, I think even the dumbest rock in the box could realize there's a lot of similarities going on here. And at that stage, somebody could have stepped in and said, hey, it seems like we're getting into a really tight box here. Why don't we step back a little bit, readjust how we're going?
You can't unring the bell. We went through this with the
Of course you
Australasian
can.
Barbecue Alliance.
You're absolutely allowed to unring a bell.
We went through this with the Australasian Barbecue Alliance. When we started it, which was only 10, 12, 13 years ago-ish, we tried to have more variety in there. We tried to have like this open lamb thing. We tried to have looser rules. And what happened was the contestants got frustrated because they felt that people were trying to follow the letter of the rule instead of the spirit of the rule. And then you have to litigate another rule to be more specific so that someone doesn't bitch about it. And it ended up naturally narrowing itself into a very similar style to what we see in the American competition bodies, because it just sort of naturally went that way. And I feel like, if you think about, aside from the fact that World Food Championships was created just to make money, it was created as a concept for, I think I can sell all these different categories. Sure. It was not for the love of food. Let's be honest about this, right? That may have been a secondary thing. But I think in principle, people hoped that World Food Championships was going to be, I can enter this burger competition. There's no parameters. I can put up whatever burger that I want and have a really good chance of winning. And then you realize over the years, it has also done the same thing where it has narrowed, or it has become about what can be more ridiculous. Like, could a basic plain smash burger win that thing? No, why not? Could be the best, but it's probably not going to win. It's just this natural weird thing that happens in competitions. And I think one of the only competitions that's immune to that is probably a chili competition. And even then, it has parameters based on how spicy it can be before the judges get pissed. And do you like beans or not?
And also owned by Mike McLeod, World Food Championships. Fun fact.
Which? The chili cook-off?
The International Chili Cookers of America, whatever the hell it's called.
Well, the Terlingua chili cook-off in Texas, which is the one that everyone really cares about, is not owned by him, I believe. And I don't know him. That has nothing to do with it. It's a weird thing. The whole thing of food as sport is weird.
I feel like that's inevitably where anything that starts to gain popularity aspires to go, into a competition. Now everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be compared to the best. Instead of having a gathering and having a people's choice, you go into a rules committee or a rule setting of some sort, so you can see, okay, as you were talking about, here are the parameters, and now you're going to play within these guidelines. I see.
And the only end, sorry.
I was just going to say, I see that as way more of a stifling opportunity than a growth opportunity.
Yeah, and the only antithesis to that really is something like the Michelin system, where people can be naturally creative, and then there's an independent party that comes around and says, yes, you're good, you're not. But the issue, like we've seen in Texas with Michelin, is like there's an amazing sushi restaurant here in Austin that did not get on the list because you can't get in, and they're not allowed to, like, they're so booked out, and they're not allowed to pull any strings to get in there. So it's
Austin,
like it has its own issues as well.
Did Austin pay money to be part of the Michelin Guide?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the only way you're going to get a Michelin star. You have to pay to get in. That's why I completely dismiss the Michelin star guide rating. I mean, the restaurant on its own could be great.
To be clear.
The city pays. City pays.
But the restaurants do not pay.
No,
because
correct.
Obviously a lot of barbecue restaurants have made it in, and I certainly don't want to take away from their achievement.
No, right. I mean, nothing to do with the restaurants. The city pays, so there's a really good chance that if the city's paying, you're going to find a restaurant in that city that's going to make the Michelin star guide in some form or fashion. Bib, 1
we've
star,
got all that
2 star,
California tax money to spend now, so
yeah, that's right. Everybody's moving to Texas, I hear.
That's right.
Hey, Jess, you want to play?
Can't wait for them to leave.
You want to play a game?
Is it? Have we covered all our topics already, Greg? Oh, I've talked too much, I see. No. Are we playing Betwixt the Two?
Are we? You know we are. Oh, my goodness. First time in 2026, ladies, is the game show that's sweeping the nation. Betwixt the Two, where I will give you an artist and then 2 songs, and then you tell me which one is better. And it's really only determined by me, even though you're going to guess. But before we do that, let's meet our contestant, Jess Pryles. Jess, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jess. I'm a little hoarse tonight. My apologies. I am a live fire cook out of Texas, originally from Australia, and you should definitely buy my seasoning. Hardcore Carnival.
All right.
Made it myself. Hey, before we do this,
yes,
are you going to have parameters by which I can potentially win this?
Well, we learned 3 months ago that you hated any version of Van Halen.
Van Halen. I was like, which one?
We also learned
it was too much Van Halen.
We also, well, it was loaded, but nevertheless, it was self-indulgent on my part, which we agreed is fine at our advanced age. And then we learned 3 months before that you had no idea who Winger was. So I question your musical archive expertise. Nevertheless,
I'm 6 years younger than you.
I mean, there's no reason to point it out like so bluntly. Betwixt the Two.
It's in the hair.
Betwixt the Two. Which is the better Alice in Chains song?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Is it off their 1994 smash EP, Jar of Flies, which, by the way, was the first ever EP to debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot Music Chart?
Wow, good to know.
Was it Nutshell that sounds like this? for production tonight. A tear, or off their 1992 smash album, Dirt. Damn That River, that sounds like this. So which one is it? Is it Nutshell?
They're not even comparable.
I know. I made it really hard this time around.
Jesus.
Nutshell. I even implored the use of Bard or Gemini to help
The
me
Utes.
craft this. Believe it or not.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh, jeez, they're not comparable. Nutshell has more soul in it. It's got a little bit. It's a little bit. It's got a lot more soul.
Yes.
But it's gotta have to be Damn the River.
Damn That River. Final answer.
Yeah.
Right. Lock you in. Damn That River, Betwixt the Two, which is the better Alice in Chains song, Nutshell, or Damn That River. Of course, the answer is Damn That River. Wow.
We're back, baby.
Look at you.
We're so back.
Opening up 2026 on the win. We can string it together in 3 months' time. We're on a win streak at that point because 2 wins makes a win streak. Hey, from everybody here at Betwixt the Two, we say so long, everybody. All right. Well, good for you. You've.
That felt right.
I felt.
I'm glad you came back
I'm
to
like,
a better place.
I'm going to put this Nutshell up here because there's people in the instant chat, Nutshell. Like, that is, I feel like almost the go-to, the knee-jerk reaction. Right?
It nearly felt like it was the prelude to Down in a Hole.
Yeah.
And Down in a Hole was the better song, so...
You like Down in a Hole better than Nutshell?
Yeah, especially the acoustic version. My God.
I think you're in
don't?
I think you're in the minority from an Alice in Chains fan standpoint.
Are you serial?
I think Nutshell is a huge smash.
Can I
for all
also
Alice
just
in Chains
say, I was really happy that it was going Alice in Chains because for a second there I thought you were going to do Alice Cooper.
I don't even know who that is.
From Millie Walker.
I kid, of course. Now, Damn the River is really one of the best ones.
Pete.
Now,
it is.
If it was Damn That River and Them Bones, which one are you picking?
Ooh, Them Bones.
All right. Well, there we go.
I mean,
We're 2 for 2. We're on a win
boom!
streak now.
Yeah, okay. That was just a little bonus. That was like an extra Jeopardy round.
Betwixt the Two plus one more. Coming up, travel or anything you want to promote here before I let you go tonight?
We have a new sausage flavor coming out in March.
Oh.
So I don't know if I'll see the congregation before then. But there's new sausage flavor coming out. My book comes out in October. Can't wait to tell you more about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, going to be in Texas for a little while, just working on my videos.
Didn't you have a new special sausage flavor come out a couple months ago?
Yeah, so we have a limited edition that's coming out every 3 months.
What was it?
Because we like to keep it fresh for y'all. The last one was bacon cheeseburger.
Bacon cheeseburger. I'm sorry. I remember cheeseburger. I couldn't remember the other one. Right, do you want to tease the new flavor?
No.
Maybe?
But I tell you what, Greg.
Rhymes
I will
with...
email you.
No? I'm pretty good at getting people to spill the beans. So just tell us. We're off air.
Oh, we're off the air?
Yeah, we're
it
off the
rhymes
air.
with carne asada.
Yeah. My favorite. I don't know what that is, but it sounds great. Yeah, okay.
It's okay. You're in Cleveland. It's fine.
JessPryles.com for recipes.
Yes.
Follow Jess Pryles on all the social media handles.
Please do.
platforms.
I'm fun. I'm not as fun as I am here. This is where I'm the most fun.
Such a gas on the YouTube or on the social media platform videos.
The grams.
And then if you want to get seasonings or sauce or tchotchke, you can knives.
Disposable cutting boards.
Everyday carry steak knives. Disposable cutting boards.
How is your knife?
I used it last month, believe it or not.
And?
Yes.
Did you take it to Vegas?
No. What?
Oh, you can't fly with it?
I mean, I'm not going to try. So, this
Just
look.
try. I'll send you another one.
This look does not make it through security with a knife. Just FYI. So, hardcorecarnivore.com is where you want to get all that kind of fun stuff.
Yes.
And you can
Thank
see
you.
Jess Pryles right here every 3 months. Jess, always appreciate the time, and we will see you soon.
Thank you for having me.
You
Bye,
got
y'all.
it. Jess Pryles right there. Always a banger, as the kids say, and that one did not disappoint either. And happy to see her get into the win column on the Betwixt The Two. Again, not a trick question necessarily, but a lot of people love that nutshell. Especially peripheral Alice in Chain fans. Like, they feel like they have to say nutshell. But we know Damn That River is a banger. That was 2 bangers inside of a minute, I believe. How about that? All right. Well, let's catch up before we come for a very abbreviated open segment. Primo Grills is here, gang. What do we love about ceramic cookers? We love that they're fuel efficient. We love that you can achieve low and slow temperatures for traditional barbecue meats. We love that you can get rip-roaring hot for high-temperature grilling of steaks or other thin cuts. But what's missing in the everyday lineup of ceramic cookers? The real ability to do that true 2-zone cooking. 2-zone cooking is very important to both professional and backyard cooks alike. It's the best way to manage a fire and cook with confidence. However, getting a 2-zone fire and a round ceramic cooker is not very realistic. Why? Because it's round. Enter Primo Grill in the game-changing oval design. The shape gives you the ability to execute that 2-zone setup that you desire. It also gives you the other ceramic grill benefits as well. When you think about it, there's more than 60 different ways to configure this Primo cooker, so you're only limited by your culinary imagination. Accessories, yes. All sold through dealers. So find one near you. Visit primogrill.com. That's primogrill.com. Find the dealer near you. Visit in person. And then buy the oval that best fits your needs. Bottom line is this. They have the best ceramics in the biz. They have patented technology. They have true 2-zone cooking capabilities. They have all the accessories that you want, and they have multiple sizes. What more could a gal want? Primogrill.com. That's primogrill.com. And we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rampey. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
And we thank Jess Pryles for joining us last segment. JessPryles.com or HardcoreCarnivore.com. This portion of the show being brought to you by Pit Barrel Cooker, the most unbelievable outdoor cooking device on the planet. Currently available in 3 sizes with a host of accessories. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a professional. It's a cooker you want to add to the arsenal. Visit pitbarrelcooker.com and tell them the Barbecue Central Show sent you. I know a lot of people emailing in, direct messaging me, text messaging me. Hey, we're tuning in for the Barbecue World Cup. Yeah, well, about 5 minutes into that interview, that was not happening.
Get that big stuff out of here.
It appears that even though I only talk in Eastern time zone vernacular, that doesn't always translate, and even though a guest books a time that converts from Eastern to your local time, it doesn't always work.
Get that big stuff.
So I was told that the time zone thing was not accounted for. Other plans had been made on West Coast time, which is what, 7 o'clock? Getting on 7 o'clock right now. So we will not...
Andrew,
We
you
are not learning about Barbecue World Cup tonight. That's right, Andrew. We are not learning about Barbecue World Cup tonight. We do have a number of Barbecue World Cup questions that will be flurried about as the embedded correspondents dial in here this evening. coming up next hour. But currently, we have no BBQ World Cup guest, and we have no questions and thusly no answers. So, stick around. We will reschedule with Scott Erdmann. Are you familiar with heated rivalry? 73% of you now are saying heated what? You are not familiar with it. Interested to see what the guys say next hour. 27% of you are saying yes, indeed, you are familiar with heated rivalry. Couple things here. So as I had mentioned to Jess Pryles last Tuesday, I was at the World of Concrete convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. I made quick tracks out to Caesar's Palace, where the Monte Cristo cigar bar is, just off the Paloom or whatever the hell Jess said. I don't know. It's by Gambling, but then right across from where the Nobu Hotel signage is, and or the Nobu restaurant. Right across from there is the Monte Cristo cigar bar. Might I suggest that if you are going to Las Vegas and you are a cigar smoker and you're looking for a cigar bar to go to, one, not this time around, but last time around, their cocktail menu is elite, and that might be understating it a little bit. The bartenders are incredible, personable, ready to share, ready to make exactly what you want. Jason, one of the guys, Jason, who I've come to know over the last 2 times out there, is an incredible individual. And he's got like a beard, and he's got kind of the spiky mohawk thing going, but not like a huge mohawk, just like a little mohawk thing going. So if you have chance, he appears to be working in the evening shift. So let's say anytime after 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, maybe when the evening shifters would get in there. They are widely known for their old-fashioned cocktails. According to Jason, they make the most on the Strip. They make somewhere around 50,000 old fashions each and every year, and that's just counting the ones that are ordered within the Monte Cristo itself. That isn't counting, and that's on contract old fashions. So they are contracted by High West whiskey or High West bourbon. So if you ordered a Woodford old fashioned or a Buffalo Trace old fashioned, whatever the hell you're drinking, those do not. That would even be a separate number on top of the 50,000 that they're doing through the High West. So an elite old-fashioned factory, if you're into that kind of thing. But for me, it's the cigars. So word to the wise, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to go, bring your own cigars. Do not buy the cigars in the humidor. They are triple and quadruple the price that you would pay for a normal cigar anywhere else in the world. A $12 cigar is a $36 cigar. A $10 cigar is a $40 cigar. You get the idea here, right? Don't be fooled. Bring your own. You can travel with up to 50 cigars legally. I have found, for some reason, specifically the Cyclone by Vertigo lighter seems to make it through TSA in my book bag every single time I've traveled with it all month long. I've traveled every single week in this month on an airplane, and I will put this again to the test on Thursday when I do a quick up and back to Tampa. So I'll let you know on that, but it does appear that the Cyclone can travel through TSA unaffected. Word to the wise. Don't buy cigars there. Don't do it. Bring your own. You'll thank me later. Make sure you cut them. I do not bring a cigar cutter through TSA because I don't want to have that ganked from me. But the cigar lighter is cheaper. It's $19. Right. We went long with Jess. We'll try and play a little catch up here. So, what do I want to do? All right, we'll just do this. We're going to end the first hour here. Refresh your libations. And we are pointing to the second hour. So stick around. We'll be right back.